Hello teachers, today we are going to look at introductory module, chapter 2, that is CBC, Pedagogy and Inclusive Practices. In the first lesson, we are going to look at competency-based curriculum, CBC. So we want to look at this concept of CBC by first of all looking at what is the purpose of this lesson. To enhance your knowledge on skills, skills and attitude related to CBC. The learning outcome is by the end of the lesson, you should be able to enhance your skills and knowledge in CBC and core competencies of basic education. Now, when you talk about CBC, there are certain concepts that I want you to get. The first concept is competency. What is competency? This refers to the skills, abilities, and capabilities required for a person to achieve a competency performance. For example, you acquire skills of maybe driving, skills of swimming, ability to maybe play a guitar, a capability of maybe hiking, capability of doing a certain activity. So with CBC, we are moving away from knowledge-based to maybe performing, doing things. So we are saying CBC is premised on the belief that individuals are long life runners who continuously accumulate knowledge and require to apply the knowing to doing, resulting to performance in mastery of skills. So with the CBC, we are talking about acquiring a competency such that you are able to perform a certain skill. So you acquire competencies in that skill and then you are able to perform. In a CBC curriculum, skill attainment and learning are emphasized. They are key. What are the characteristics of a CBC curriculum? Specific, measurable competency. You must perform a skill. So you must develop a competency in a skill by mastering the skills to do that, and it is measured by that competency. Number two, content based on learner outcomes. So when you are designing your curriculum or your content, you must look at what are the specific learning outcomes you want the learners to achieve. And the learning outcomes, of course, must be smart. They must be overt. That is, they are measurable. When you talk about the performance verbs of that learning outcome, you are saying what will the learner be able to do at the end of the particular learning. So what level will they perform? 3, continuous learner involvement until mastery. So we engage the learner. Learner engagement is very, very key in CBC. That the learner is involved entirely until they acquire the skill. Number 4, the use of a variety of instructional strategies. So here we are talking about learner-centered strategies. Like we would say strategies like cooperative learning the teacher should use in the classroom. Other instructional strategies that engage the learner, like using KWL. You see, what does the learner know? What do you want the learner to, what does the learner know? What do you want the learner to learn? So, and then you engage. Then learner learning from their fellow peers. Learner learning from maybe using digital devices. So, using a variety of instructional strategies. The fourth one is focus on what learners need to know. We are saying here the focus is on the learner. What does the learner want to know? Not what the teacher wants to teach. The other one is spacing instruction to learner needs. So as you do your instruction, it is at the pace of the learner. So we are recognizing that learners have different ways of acquiring knowledge, have different pace of acquiring instruction, of acquiring knowledge. Therefore, your instruction should be at the pace of the learner. 6, learners demonstrate mastery of competencies. So by the end of the teaching, or the learning, or the facilitation, learners must demonstrate competency in a certain skill. And that is it. Then what is the vision of CBC? An engaged, empowered, and ethical citizen. So the runner is engaged in the classroom, you empower that runner, and you create skills, what we call the VBE, value-based education, so that the runner who is exiting, the graduate, is ethical. Then what is the mission of CBC? Nurturing every learner's potential. You agree with me, teachers, that all of us, all the learners that you teach in the classroom have a certain potential. We need only to exploit it. We need to nurture it. We need to grow it. So as a teacher, what do you do first? Identify the potential of the learner. Then you nurture it. And then the learners are successful. In whatever area they are, or they get into, they become successful. So nurturing every learner's potential is the mission of CBC. Then what are the changes in the current curriculum and the CBC? We are moving from content focus. You know, the current curriculum, we are thinking more about more content and maybe knowledge, thinking about the cognitive domain. But we are now saying we are focusing on competence, moving from knowing to doing. Then the other one is we are moving from a rigid and prescriptive curriculum with limited flexibility. And then we are moving to a curriculum which is flexible with opportunities for specialization. So we are saying here, like now we are putting students in a cage of only a few areas. But we are saying with the CBC, the lateral is wide. Many learning areas, as we are going to see, many tracks, many pathways. Then the current curriculum is focusing on summative assessment and competition. And you can agree with me, the exams which are done maybe at the O-level, at the end of Form 4, they are very high-stake exams. That if you don't pass in this one, then you don't get a good life out there. You don't get a good course. But what are we saying? With the CBC, we are going to balance between formative and summative assessment. And also focus on excellence, that the learner is able to excel in what they are doing, excel in acquiring certain competencies, so that when they move out, they're able to go and apply whatever they have learned. Then we are moving from focus on schooling to emphasis on education. What are we saying here? The concept of that you can only acquire knowledge in a formal setting, schooling. But what we are saying, we are focusing on education. You can acquire skills, knowledge, attitude, and values within either formal, informal, or non-formal settings. So education is not limited to the four walls. You can acquire learning from different settings. Then we are moving from teaching, the teacher telling, the teacher demonstrating. The teacher is the reservoir of knowledge, and is banking it to the learner, who by the end of the term will be able to give back to the teacher to mark. No, we are saying we are moving from banking to learning. That is, learners are able to acquire knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, and then when they have acquired those ones, they are able to, we can say there is some growth, fundamentally in their cognitive domain, fundamentally in their psychomotor, in the affective domain. So we are looking at the wholesome, that the learner is able to acquire these knowledge, skills, and attitude, and we say there is some growth in terms of what they have acquired, either cognitively, maybe psychomotor, they're able to perform, as opposed to teaching. Then we are saying that there are three pillars of CBC: values, guiding principles, and then theoretical approaches. Let's look at values first. What values do you want our learners to acquire as they undergo the CBC curriculum? The value of love, the value of responsibility, the value of respect, unity, peace, patriotism, social justice, integrity. So we are saying these values have been integrated in the curriculum mainly through infusion and selection of learning environment and suggested learning experiences. These values will also be inculcated or integrated in guidance and counseling programs. And then very importantly, we are talking about VBE, value-based education, which will be implemented through the whole school approach that will involve the learners, the teachers, the support staff, the board of management, the family members, the wider community, and the relevant stakeholders. So learners should acquire values from all the stakeholders within the education sector, so that they are able to acquire these skills, so that we don't only have a learner who has some knowledge, who have some skills, but has no values. Such that in our society, when these learners get out there, we reduce issues of corruption, issues of social injustice, issues of patriotism, so that nepotism may not be there, issues of peace, issues of unity, and respect for each other. So these are good curriculum. Then we are saying, what are the principles which have guided maybe the development of this curriculum? One of them is opportunity. That is, we are offering a wide opportunity, a rather of opportunity through which runners can be able to go through, so that by the time they are moving out of the system, they have acquired different skills, different knowledge, different competencies which they are able to perform out there. Then the issue of excellence. There is so much on excellence in all areas, especially in teaching and learning. Then there is the issue of diversity and inclusion. We are saying here the learners are different in terms of their learning needs and abilities, and differences in need to be respected and valued within inclusive learning environment. We are all different. We have different minds, and we all run differently. So here we are talking about the issue of multiple intelligences, and the issue of us running differently. So we pick a runner and understand them. There are those who run fast. There are those the average runner in the classroom. Then there is the time taker, not the slow runner. Here we don't talk about the slow runner. We talk about the time taker. So, and these runners acquire that knowledge differently. So diversity there. Then inclusion. We have different runners with different running needs, and therefore you must be able to integrate them within the classroom environment. Then PE, parental empowerment and engagement. We need to engage the parents. And I know those who have already have children who are in PP1 all the way to grade 5. There are certain activities that you do together with your child, the parental engagement, so that the learning does only involve the learner and the teacher, but also involve the parent. Then the issue of community service learning. So this is experiential learning, where whatever the learner has acquired within the classroom, they may practice out there. For example, those who are in grade 5, in science and technology, when they are taught in school how to do a seedbed, when they come at home, they practice how to do a seedbed. You see, the issue of that experiential learning. So we don't just teach the knowledge, but we allow the learner to actually apply that knowledge in a different environment. The issue of the community service learning. Then there is the differentiated curriculum and learning. We are going to see with the CBC, there is many different pathways, and especially also we have a new area, the area of the special needs. So the regular child will go through the normal system, and then the special need learner, there is a differentiated curriculum for them. Then we move on, the theoretical approaches upon which this curricula is based on, the instructional design theories, Vygotsky social cultural theory, which emphasizes that teaching and learning are highly social activities, and that interactions with the teachers, peers, and instructional materials influence cognitive and affective development of the learners. So we are saying through engagement with others, through engaging with the teacher, through engaging with the environment, with the instructional materials, the learner is able to acquire knowledge. So, and then the issue of theories like constructivism theory, that learners are able to construct knowledge in a community of learners. So, so that's we base it on the concept of issues like teaching strategies like cooperative learning, that learners together, they can be able to construct knowledge. And when they construct knowledge, they learn better. So the learners are not tabula rasa, but they are able to construct knowledge, especially when they are put together in a community of learners. Then there is the issue of the Gardner's multiple intelligence theory, which says that learners possess different kinds of minds and therefore learn, remember, perform, and understand in different ways. So there are some of us who are logical reasoning. There are some of us who are musical. There are some of us who are maybe language based. So depending on the intelligence, the different intelligences that the learner have, you are able to address their needs. So in the classroom, you look at the 8 intelligences as advocated by Howard Gardner, and then you are able to address the need of that learner. So we are saying here that the learners possess different kinds of minds, and therefore learn, remember, perform, and understand in different ways. Then there is the issue of Piaget theory of cognitive development. We are saying that as learning goes on, we are saying that it is incremental, it is developmental. Right from the early age, because a learner from the 0 to 2 years, you may not teach them what you teach the adult learner, or maybe the learner at higher levels. So you teach them at their level. So that is also inculcated in this, is inbuilt in this curriculum. Then we move on. So we have said these theories have been integrated in the design of the curriculum and also in the lesson, the selection of learning experiences, and then differentiated curriculum, and also the learning approaches. There are 7 core competencies that are inbuilt in the CBC curriculum. One of them is communication and collaboration, critical thinking and problem solving, imagination and creativity, citizenship, digital literacy, learning to learn, and the issue of self-efficacy. So those are the 21st century skills that every learner must be able to acquire. So I got, now we look at how is the curriculum organized from these levels. We are saying that, of course, the curriculum is built from pre-primary, then there is the lower primary, the upper primary, the lower secondary or junior secondary, and then the senior school. And then these learners transit to tertiary education. So with the pre-primary, we talk about the PP1 and PP2. Lower primary, we talk about the grade 1 to grade 3. Upper primary, grade 4 to grade 6. Lower secondary, we are talking about grade 7 to grade 9. Then the senior school, grade 10 to grade 12. As you can see, most importantly there is the 3 pathway within the senior school. And that's why we talked about a differentiated curriculum that offers many opportunities. So you can see there is art and sports, there is social sciences and STEM at the senior school. And then on the right hand side, you can see a different pathway, the SNE pathway, the special needs pathway, that runners here who are able differently can begin at the foundational stage. Once they graduate there, they go to the intermediate. You know, in the foundational stage, you talk about activities of daily living. Once they acquire that, they move to intermediate. Then they can be able to do certain pre-vocational skills, like they're able to sew clothes, maybe using crochets. And then from there, once they're able to do that, they can now do vocational skills, like they're able to cook, they're able to sew a dress. And then from there, they go to the world of work. So we are saying this curriculum is good, a differentiated curriculum. Then that's the special need. And we have different areas you can see there, right from the GT, the gifted child, the VI, visually impaired, the HI, hearing impaired, the PH. Then we have those with cerebral palsy, those with communication disorders, the EBD, emotionally disturbed behavior, those with learning difficult disabilities, moderate and severe cerebral palsy, mentally handicapped, severe autism, those who are deaf blind, and those who have clearly very profound disabilities. And you can see the pathway for them that they will be able to go. So this is an enriched curriculum. So you can be able to see that. So for the gifted child, the enriched curriculum. For those who are visually impaired, HI, PH, mild cerebral palsy, you can see they can be able to go through the regular classroom with adaptation. Those ones with communication disorders, the EBD, the learning disabilities, the moderate severe cerebral palsy, the regular curriculum with the, of course, you treat them with some special programs for them. Then there is this group of mentally handicapped, the severe autism, the blindfold, those with multiple handicap. You see this, they require specialized attention. So some special units. And then finally, we have those with the profound disabilities. Of course, those ones you do home-based care or hospital intervention programs. Then we move to the RES. I talked about the RES is PP1, PP2. Then of course we have now the grade 1, the grade 2, the grade 3. We move on the learning areas within that, the preschool and the lower primary. The preschool have 5 learning areas shown there: language activities, the mathematical activities, environmental activities, psychomotor and creative activities, then religious activities. Then with the lower primary, they have 9 learning areas: literacy, Kiswahili language or KSL for learners who are deaf, English language activities, indigenous language activities, mathematical activities, environmental activities, hygiene and nutrition, religious education and life skills activities, then movement and creative activities. Of course, here that's where we have the art, the music, and then the physical education. Then we move to the middle school, all the way from grade 4 all the way to grade 9. So grade 4 to 6 is the upper primary. Grade 7 to 9 is the junior school. We call them middle school. Then you can see the upper primary has 11 areas, learning areas, and then the lower secondary will have 13 learning areas, as shown there in that chart. We move on. Then we have this very, very important area also. We look at the senior school. The senior school will have 3 pathways and 9 tracks. The first pathway is art and sports sciences. So runners will be able to do sports. So if a runner is good in sports, that's why we talked about a differentiated curriculum. If you look at the guiding principle, that has opportunities for every runner. You are able to nurture every runner's potential. So they are able to go to sports. Some will go to performing arts, and there will be elocution here. Then the visual arts there. Then for the social sciences, we have 3 tracks: language and literature, humanities and business studies. There are 2 pathways, sorry, within those 2 tracks within that pathway. Then the last one is STEM, has 4 tracks: pure sciences, applied sciences, technical and engineering, careers, and technology studies. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you can see it's a curriculum that is differentiated, that offers opportunity. So for those who go to sports, 5 areas are compulsory. Of course, community service running, health and physical education, human physiology and nutrition, legal and ethical issues in sports, life skills. And then from the option, they will choose a maximum of 2 options. They can do ball games, athletics, indoor games, gymnastics, swimming, boxing, martial arts, outdoor pursuit, and advanced PE, physical education. So they have the 5 core subjects, and then they will choose 2. That is the sports track. The next track is performing arts. They will do 4 common units: community service running, that is health and physical education, legal and ethical issues in art, and then communication skills. And then they will choose 1 option, either music, either dance, theater, and elocution. Then for the visual arts track, they will take 5 running areas. Of course, for now, teachers, you have seen community service running, that is health and physical education, are compulsory in all these tracks. And then they will have that running area, life skills in arts, legal and ethical issues in art, communication skills. And then they will choose 1 option, either fine art, either applied art, time-based media, that is photography, film, or video, and then or crafts. The next one is this pathway of the social sciences. The first track is language and literature. So there are 2 running areas which are common. That is community service running and PE, that is physical education, health and physical education. And then the other head, they have to choose certain options. They will choose 3 to a maximum of 5. Either English language, literature in English, lugha ya Kiswahili, fasihi ya Kiswahili, KSL, Kenya Sign Language, indigenous languages, foreign languages. They can take Arabic, French, German, Chinese. The list is endless. Then the other pathway within the social sciences track is is the track on humanities and business studies. So they take 2 core running areas: community service running and health and physical education. And then they can take 3 to a maximum of 5 options. On the right, history, citizenship, geography, CRE, IRE, Hindu religious education, or business studies. So the next track is the STEM. The next track is the pure sciences within the STEM pathway. So here, within this track, there is the 3 core subjects: community service running, health and physical education, ICT. Those are core running areas. And then they will choose a minimum of 3 from either mathematics, biology, chemistry, or physics. The next pathway within the next track within the STEM pathway is the applied sciences. Here they will take the 3 common learning areas: community service running, health and physical education, ICT. And then they will choose 1 option, that is agriculture, computer studies, food and nutrition, or home management. We move on. Then there is the technical and engineering track within the STEM pathway. So they will take the 6 core running areas: community service running, health and physical education, ICT, mathematics, physics, biology, or chemistry. And then there is option. They may choose another 1 option, that is agricultural technology, geoscience technology, marine and fisheries technology, aviation, wood technology, electrical technology, metal technology, power and mechanics technology, construction technology, media technology, electronics technology, manufacturing technology, mechatronic technology. So to make 7 running areas. The last that is track within the STEM pathway is the Career and Technology Studies, CTS. So they will take 4 compulsory core running areas: community service running, health and physical education, ICT. And then there are many options, either fashion and design, leatherwork, culinary arts, hairdressing and beauty, plumbing, ceramics, landscaping, building construction, garment and dressmaking, photography, graphic design and animation, food and beverage, motor vehicle mechanics, carpentry and joinery, firefighting, metalwork, rad surveying, science laboratory, technology, electronics, printing technology, crop production, hairdressing and beauty, culinary arts. So a wide area. So again, they will take the 3 common areas, then they choose one option from that. Then within the CBC, there's something we call the PCI, pertinent and contemporary issues within the curriculum. One is citizenship. We need to have peace education within the curriculum, the issue of integrity, ethical and racial relations. Then there is the health education. So not only we want to teach our runners about HIV and AIDS, alcohol and drug abuse, lifestyle diseases, because there are many, we understand these days, personal hygiene, preventive health, communicable diseases and chronic diseases. Then life skills education, the issue of life skills, value, moral education, humanity, human sexuality, and etiquette. Then the issue of ESD, education for sustainable development, the issues of environmental education, disaster risk reduction, safety and security. So we will talk about small arms, human trafficking, financial literacy. Our runners must know how to spend money, earn and spend. Poverty reduction, countering terrorism, extreme violence and radicalization. Then the non-formal programs like guidance and guidance services, career guidance, peer education, mentorship, running to live together, clubs, societies, sports and games. Then CSL, that is community service running, and PE, parental engagement. So we are saying that what the runners are running in the classroom, are they able to apply within the environment, within the community? Are they able to apply? We said we are moving from knowing to doing. So that's also another pertinent curriculum issue within the curriculum. So it is all these are embedded within the curriculum designs. So within the lesson, you as the teacher, as you teach within the classroom environment, we are saying this, we must engage, we must inculcate these issues within that curriculum. Now, I want you to note the way the implementation has gone. 2018, the national pilot of CBC was done in PP1, PP2, grade 1 and grade 2, and piloting of grade 3 in selected pilot schools. 2019, there was rollout from PP1 all the way to grade 4. Then 2021, we're having the children now in grade 5. Between 2022 and 2027, they move all the way from grade 6 to grade 12. So 2025, the first cohort of CBC will join grade 9. That is, they'll join the junior school. So we must prepare for this one. And I think the ministry is now, the government to do the ministry has given schools money to be able to build an extra classroom for these runners who will come in next year. From next year, they will join those schools. Then 2026, the first cohort in the CBC will join grade 10. And we are expecting these people to graduate in 2028 from high school. And they will join the tertiary education. So universities, again, will prepare for these runners. That is all. Maybe today we have looked at the CBC. curriculum, and we have said the CBC curriculum is built on 3 key things: values, principles, and theoretical framework. What does this portend for you as a teacher? We are saying the classrooms that we have, we are going maybe to change the way the learners are sitting in the classroom, from desks which look at the teacher to desks which are brought together, where learners face each other. They engage, they cooperate, they construct knowledge. You as the teacher will be largely not the teacher with the knowledge as the reservoir and then put it to the learners. No, it is engagement with the learner. And this learner will be able to construct knowledge. So it's about facilitation as in the teacher. Then we are saying key, very important, is the acquisition of the 7 core competencies within the curriculum. And so we are saying by the end of the day, the learner, we must move our learners from knowing to doing, acquiring competencies to become useful members of our society. We have come to the end of today's class. I thank you most sincerely for listening to me. God bless you.